What is up, guys? Welcome back to another market update, and welcome back to the Ace Crypto YouTube channel. I much appreciate you for being here. You are the OGs, and you are the ones that will make some money in the next bull run. You all know this. Everybody watching right now knows what the next bull run is going to hold. So let's scroll on down and jump straight into the market update today. So as you can see there, Bitcoin $21,775 right now. Obviously, it's up 1% over the hour, 1.7% over the past 24 hours. So for Ethereum, 1,600, up pretty similarly, 0.7, and obviously 3% in the past 24 hours. So it's looking a little bit better for Ethereum, as you can see there. It's following pretty similar charts as they always do. They're always very closely related, but usually the Ethereum chart is a little less volatile, usually. As you can see there, USDC is holding the dollar very nice there, so is Tether, as they should. So let's scroll on down. As you can see there, we have ADA dropping a little bit below XRP. So XRP, what's that, 34 cents today? I mean, I wait for a little bit of a drop. I do expect a little bit of a, below 30 cents XRP for the bottom. I haven't got an actual price prediction, but from 30 cents onwards, I'm a buyer of XRP. Not a big lover of ADA, as you guys know. ADA is not really my coin. Solana's looking pretty good for $36. Yeah, I do like Solana, like I said, but I'd like to see more reliability in the network. Dogecoin up nearly 1% as well. Polkadot up nearly 1%, so it's looking pretty good. Polkadot's doing some really good things at the moment, and it seems to be moving very well. We got Shiba Inu down there, up 0.7% as well. DAI's holding the dollar, which is nice. What else have we got there? Matic at 83 cents. I mean, it's a buy. It's a buy all day long at those prices, guys. I'm a buyer of Matic, and I'm a buyer of Matic at a dollar, and I'm a buyer of Matic at 83 cents. So do with that information what you will. Make sure to do your own research, guys, and don't just buy a coin because anybody told you to, because that's obviously not the way to succeed in the crypto industry. You need to do your due diligence, guys. Do your due diligence. So basically, do exactly what I'm doing right now. So you jump onto CoinMarketCap, click on a coin, and have a little look. So let's just go for Chainlink. As you can see there, Chainlink's doing quite well. So we'll have a little click on Chainlink and we'll see what's going on. So as you can see there, we have a max supply and a total supply. So the max supply is obviously the maximum supply that possibly can be. The total supply is usually the total supply right now, or in circulating, basically, as you can see there, circulating supply. So we've got 1 billion coins, which isn't too much really. $7 for Chainlink. The market cap there, was that 3 billion, 3.5 billion? And this is a 24-hour volume. Fantastic. So fully diluted market cap is basically if every single one of the coins was out and released at $7.30, this is how much market cap would be if it included the whole max supply. But it doesn't. It's only including the circulating supply, as you can see there, which is 500 million. So it's less than half of coins are circulating, should we say. Right, so we're jumping on over. The good way to find out, so you can click on this and you can go onto the website, read some white papers, community there. You can see obviously Twitter, Reddit, and usually a Discord maybe, chat. So as you can actually look at the code, which is really interesting. I like this tags bit here, so you can click on tags. And you can see the categories of which they're in. So as you can see there, platform, DeFi, oracles, smart contracts, substrates, frameworks, Cardano ecosystem. I don't know why Cardano's on it. A near Polkadot ecosystem. But basically that describes roughly what type of coins they are, what category these coins lie in. So we just move on down a little bit. We can click on all there and we can see a chart, a lovely looking chart. I like to see charts that follow Bitcoin a little bit closely. I've said this many times before, guys, and you can see here we do follow a little bit of a, we had a bull run, and we had a bear market, we had a bull run, back down a little bit of a consolidation, and then we had a bull run and a bear market, a bull run. You can see what is happening. Literally, you can see exactly what's happening throughout that chart. And that to me is very bullish because it looks like a very good chart. It follows Bitcoin, which is nice. Like basically it hasn't just fallen off a cliff and disappeared, A lot of these coins, they do fall off a cliff and never reach all-time highs again. So what you want to be doing as well is reading in what is Chainlink. So these write-ups are absolutely invaluable. So founded in 2017, Chainlink is a blockchain abstraction layer that enables universally connected smart contracts through a decentralized Oracle network. So oracles basically scrape networks and find reliable bits of information to include in the smart contracts. That's basically what an oracle is. So a Chainlink allows blockchains to securely interact with external data feeds, oracle plays, events, payment methods, providing the critical off-chain information needed by complex smart contracts to become the dominant form of digital agreements. So yeah, basically what I just said, you know, it basically scrapes the internet for valuable information and then puts them in smart contracts. So I'm very, very bullish on Chainlink. I like Chainlink a lot. So that was just a quickly how you go through coins, you know. It's not very, very difficult, but make sure you read in. Every one of these is a clickable link, as you can see there. Blockchain, oracle, smart contracts, what is a node. So basically, you got any words you're not too sure about, you're going to basically click on there and go from here. So if you scroll down a little bit further, normally it tells you the exchanges that they are listed on. There we go. So it's listed on Binance, KuCoin, what else we got? FTX, another Binance. So basically, and it obviously shows you the amount of volume percentage that runs through each one of these exchanges, basically. So as you can see there, Binance is the best. This has the most liquidity at the moment, high confidence. Binance is obviously a very, very good exchange. This is the volume, as you can see, nearly double the volume of Coinbase. And that's got 6% of the market share, and this has 3%, basically 3% of the market. So very, very interesting there. So this is basically how you're going to navigate your way around CoinMarketCap, guys. So let's jump on over to the crypto bubbles at the moment. As you can see there, Atom doing very, very well. I don't know a massive amount about the Atom ecosystem, but I am getting a bit better with it. I am starting to do some more research because I do think it's an interesting project. I do think it's interesting. So we got a graph there, the graph. What else we got? Kava, you got HNT, DeFi. So this is a new one that's popping up at the moment. One of the guys in chat yesterday did tell me to look about this one. To be honest, I wasn't a massive fan. So if we click on here, let's look at the bubbles for a second while that's loading up. What else have we got here? We got ApeCoin, 5%, very nice. ETH Classic, obviously a lot of people think that ETH Classic is going to be used very, very heavily when Ethereum, what are we going to call it, merges, becomes proof of stake. Basically, anyone with a miner, leftover miner, is going to start using Ethereum Classic, basically, which should be quite bullish. So if we just jump on over to the weekly, we can see a few different things going on here. As you can see, Atom's still up over the week. Tron, EOS, Lunacy. I don't know why Lunacy is doing so well. But anyway, let's move on over to the DeFi. So as you can see there, 1.2 billion coins. Interesting. We got 91 cents at the moment for DeFi. It's literally known as DeFi. But, ooh, bloody hell. Oh. There we go. So if I click on all there, you can see that's a relatively good looking chart, you know. The issue you've got is if you read in these things, DeFi, what a scam. I don't think it's a scam off the top of my head from reading through it. I don't believe it's a scam, but it's just another DeFi play that doesn't do anything massively interesting. And at the end of the day, DeFi projects are getting very popular, but DeFi, I feel, is the, the category of cryptocurrencies that is going to be hit the hardest by regulation, obviously. It's pretty obvious to see that. So the issue with a lot of DeFi is it's very, very risky, guys, especially in a bear market, So make sure you're doing your due diligence and research these products, products, whatever, before you put your money in. So DeFi does seem like an interesting coin. I mean, you can probably double your money in it, but you need to be very, very careful, you know. Is this the coin for you? This is your question. To me, I'm not a massive fan of DeFi at the moment because obviously, like I said, regulations are going to come and hit DeFi very, very hard. So we do have some articles about DeFi up the top we'll get to very shortly. So let's jump on over to the Bitcoin chart. As you can see there, this is the 1 minute chart. Actually, no, it's the daily chart. I tell a lie, it's the daily chart. So this is the daily chart over the last couple of days. As you can see there, every one of these candles is a daily. Very, very interesting. So if we click on the 1 minute just to see what is actually happening on the 1 minute time frame, just to see if we can spot anything interesting. It's definitely not that high anymore, guys. Definitely not that high. There we go. Hold on a second. Let me just make this chart a little bit more readable. Very nice, very nice, very nice. So as you can see there, we have had a decent pump up from Bitcoin over the past 24 hours. So these are 1 minute increments. So as you can see, if you count all these up, they're going to be 1 minute increments. So we have come back down a little bit. As you can see there, RSI is starting to diminish a little bit too, which means the money inside Bitcoin is starting to diminish a little bit. So I do see this dropping maybe a little bit, probably hitting this support and coming back up, I would imagine. So moving on to the news of the day. Canada's Securities Commission issues warning on unregistered crypto companies. So basically, Canada's an interesting place for cryptocurrencies at the moment. Today's alert names 13 firms, many of them crypto companies, that are not permitted to trade or advise in securities in Ontario. Very interesting. The list includes subsidiaries of KuCoin, which the Commission successfully barred from operating in with a courtroom win. Very, very interesting. So I did see something about banning certain amounts of cryptocurrency purchases very recently, which is very interesting actually for Canada to actually start to ban amounts of cryptocurrencies. Very, very interesting there. The amount of Bitcoin was held was $500 for most. Here we go. Bitcoin owners has reportedly increased from 5% in 2020 to 13% in 2021, according to the Bank of Canada reports, with the average Bitcoin holdings of $500. Most investors using speculation due to its high volatility, which makes it unsuitable as a payment method. Pretty much. That's not the only thing that makes it unsuitable as a payment method. Another reason, obviously, is the transactions per second. I think, what is Bitcoin? 7 transactions per second, which isn't brilliant. We will get into later on an interesting one. It's up there somewhere. We'll get to it later on anyway. So Crypto.com is cleared to operate in Canada, which is very, very bullish for them. So it's basically they're not very happy with cryptocurrencies in Canada at the moment. Moving on. Major Chinese city metro begins accepting digital yuan payments. So this is the metro station in Ningbo, Chinese Northwest Province. Announced that all 125 of its metro stations now accept the digital yuan as the Chinese central bank digital currency, CBDC. So CBDCs, like it says, central bank digital currencies, are government cryptocurrencies, essentially government-backed cryptocurrencies. So that's very, very interesting there. China seem to be leading the way with their digital yuan at the moment. Very, very interesting. Ningbo has 9.5 million residents and a busy industrial sector, and is home to the only free trade zone in the province. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much all we really need out of this one, just to goes to show that these CBDCs are going ahead. This is just practice for the main institutional, the ones that are going to arrive very, very soon. Institutional investors are rediscovering DeFi. So this is an interesting one. This is talking about the DeFi summer. You remember DeFi summer last year? Basically, it was when all the DeFi projects pretty much exploded. So basically what this is saying is a lot of institutional investors got involved in Bitcoin a couple of years ago, and now they're starting to see that there's other things inside the crypto space that could make them in stupid amounts of money, basically. One thing I'll say is it's not all about Bitcoin. So this is an interesting one. The light bulb moment for institutions when they saw that it was a lot more on offer in terms of the decentralized finance situations. So we scroll on down, it literally says right there, but following the collapse of high-profile DeFi projects like Terra, they have become understanding of the risks, sorry. They're more rational than before. To be honest with you, this is my problem with DeFi at the moment, Terra Luna collapsed, boom, and everyone was, we all know what happened with Terra Luna. So make sure you're doing your due diligence and make sure you're doing your research into these projects, guys, because everyone thought Terra was a good project too, until they actually started looking behind. For me, I didn't think Terra was a very good coin, to be honest with you. My view of Terra, basically, the more I delve deep into it, the more I respected USDT, because they actually backed their stable coins, not algorithmically backed their stable coins with assets. That's very, very worrying. And as soon as I heard that, I was out. I was out of Luna. I don't even hold any Luna at the moment, and I didn't get wrecked by Luna. So make sure you're doing your due diligence if you are looking at DeFi projects at the moment. Like I said, these are the projects going to hit hardest when regulation comes in. Binance discusses crypto regulations with financial watchdogs in Philippines. So basically, this is a really, really good one as well. Binance are doing absolutely fantastically at the moment, and they are everywhere, which is amazing to see. You know, he's really, really going above and beyond whatever he can do to see the crypto industry flourish, and I really, really approve of that. So he's basically trying to get regulation in the Philippines at the moment. I think he does say where he's licensed at the moment. I can't quite see where it was, but there was a lot of different countries in which they are licensed at the moment, so very, very bullish for them. Where did I see it? It doesn't actually say. It does, but I've lost it, I'm afraid, guys. Yep, I've definitely lost it. It does say all the different places that he is, the Binance is permitted to trade. No, it's gone. It's gone, I'm afraid. Crypto transactions in the Philippines have grown in leaps and bounds over the past few years. In the first half of 2021, such transactions skyrocketed over 300%. Very bullish there. Also, virtual assets could become financial solutions for 78% of Filipinos who are unbanked at the present time. That's really interesting. That's really, really interesting. So unbanked, which means they don't actually have bank accounts. So 78% of the Filipino population is going to find financial solutions within cryptocurrencies. So that is absolutely bullish there for cryptos in general. Moving on. Liquidators hunting for $3 billion can now delve into 3 Hours Capital financial records. So basically, there's $3 billion gone missing, and we need to find where it is. So basically, a lot of these liquidators are routing Voyager among the companies rooting for the 3 Hours Capital liquidators. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Among these will be trading platform Voyager Digital, which will lend 3 Hours Capital somewhere in the region of $360 million in Bitcoin and USDC. And obviously they haven't been able to pay that back, I don't think. Voyager has itself been forced to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and told users that it intends to restore access to USD deposits as soon as possible. It would be nice to see this and actually, for Voyager to start actually giving our money back, essentially. So that's going to be really, really good, and I'm glad that there's financial incentives there, from a lot of these different companies to actually get their money back, The exact number will depend on what happens in the restructuring process and recovery of 3 Hours Capital assets. Interesting. So obviously they're looking for this $3 billion that's gone missing, and like it says, a lot of liquidators like 3 Hours Capital, like Voyager, are literally waiting for their money back, essentially waiting for their money back. Anyway, moving on. This is a really, really interesting one, guys. You're going to like this one. So, Bitcoin Lightning Network versus Visa and Mastercard. How do they stack up? So, basically, it's comparing the Bitcoin Lightning Network, which is obviously the layer 2 that sits over the top of Bitcoin to make it more scalable, versus Visa and Mastercard. So, if you just go down a little bit, we can see some information. There we go. Bitcoin changed the world as a decentralized, non-governmental form of currency that facilitates peer-to-peer transactions that transcend national borders. Very, 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 very bullish there. Very interesting sentence there. So that is basically what Bitcoin is. It's a decentralized, non-governmental form of currency that facilitates peer-to-peer transactions that transcend national borders. So that's a really, really good, accurate representation of what it actually means. Right, let's get straight into it. Despite the functionality, Bitcoin's role as a payment mechanism has been called into question due to its low transaction throughput. So this is how many transactions it can perform per second. The Bitcoin blockchain can handle up to 7, you heard that right, 7 transactions per second, which means the network demand seen an average transaction fee of the network reach an all-time high of $62 per transaction during specific periods. Obviously, it doesn't happen all the time. In order to address lower throughput and high transaction fees, developers made the Lightning Network a layer 2 scaling solution that sits over the top of Bitcoin and allow off-chain transactions. So basically what the Bitcoin Lightning Network does is it accumulates all the payments and all the transactions, and then it puts it onto the Bitcoin network in increments, if you know what I mean. So not every single transaction goes onto the Bitcoin blockchain, but everyone will go on eventually. So like, maybe an end of the day situation where a lot of these every couple of hours maybe, where all these transactions basically get put on the blockchain, So it's not strenuous on every second of the minute of the day, you know. It's only at certain points of the day. Very, very interesting. So as you can see there, they're nearly instant as well as expensive. It acts as its own little ledger for users to pay for even smaller goods and services such as coffees without affecting the Bitcoin network. Because obviously if you're buying 10 cups of coffee a day and your mate's buying 10 cups of coffee a day and his mate's buying 10 cups of coffee a day, that adds up, you know. For every second, they would only allow 7 transactions per second. So let's get straight into how many we can do from different things. So this is how many. The network currently has 87,000 payment channels and 4,500 Bitcoin locked in. Very, very interesting. Let's move on down. Where does it say? Where does it say? There we go. So Visa, actually Mastercard's network is estimated to process up to 5,000 transactions per second, making it far superior to Bitcoin's 7 per second. Obviously 5,000 is a lot more than plain old 7. So that's very good for Mastercard, but Visa can beat it. Visa 65,000 transactions per second. Very, very good. 24 transactions per second. A Visa chief financial officer said the network could in theory scale up to 65,000. So at current we're roughly about 24k. But there's a big but to you guys. If we go down, Lightning Network goes much further, however, 1 million transactions per second, making it the most efficient payment system in the world in terms of transaction throughput. Very, 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 very bullish for Bitcoin Lightning Network there. I don't think the Lightning Network's the be-all, end-all, but I think it's a good start and a good step in the right direction. So that's very, very bullish there. Visa is charging businesses around 3% to process payments, and obviously the Lightning Network is a lot less than 3%, guys. A lot less than 3%. So very, very good. He noted, however, that the network scalability isn't so great, as users need to open a channel with each party and tie up a BTC on it. Like I said, it also affects liquidity of the actual Bitcoin network. Tying up liquidity can be avoided using other routes and other payment channels, but solution isn't very scalable as payment channels keep opening and closing. So there's better ways, but this is just a good step in the right direction for starting off the scalability of the Bitcoin network. So let's move on. Miami Trio busted for $4 million crypto bank fraud. So I shouldn't really tell you what they were doing because it's a bit naughty. It was a bit naughty. The trio had opened false accounts on an unnamed leading crypto exchange using photos of fake US passports and driver's license, which were then linked to their own personal bank accounts. After purchasing cryptocurrencies using the fake accounts, the accused would then allegedly transfer to an external crypto wallet, probably something like a nano ledger or something. Once the crypto was secure, they would then call the banks and say that it was a fraudulent purchase, and then they would obviously get reimbursed back. So how they did this to get $4 million in fraudulent reversals, I do not know. Very, very interesting there. It did happen again. Something interesting happened in 2019 too. Something not very important there, but it was a scam nonetheless. So be very, very careful of this, guys, you know. This is the type of thing that needs to be phased out of crypto very, very quickly. Crypto Analyst says Polygon Matic and one other large cap altcoin are ones to watch right now. So obviously Polygon, we all know Polygon is absolutely pumping at the moment. EOS, okay, EOS recently staged a strong rally. Yeah, but is EOS for the longevity? Yeah, lately, strongest performance lately, but that doesn't mean it's a top coin to be buying for the future, guys. So Polygon, yes. EOS, probably not. I'm going to say probably not on that one, guys, but obviously do your own due diligence and research. What else you got on here? I think I'd focus on Matic and BNB. Exactly, BNB is fantastic. What else we got going on? DXY shows weakness. Yeah, I don't really like these articles, guys, because they always put a good coin with a rubbish coin. You know, they always do the same thing. So Polygon is a brilliant coin. We all know this. Polygon really, really bullish. EOS not so much. Definitely not so much. So you really do have to listen to these articles and take everything they say with a pinch of salt. You know. Moving on. Bored Apes and Moonbirds to get playable avatars in the new season of Sandbox. So that's really, really bullish. I like the fact that including different NFT projects into the Sandbox, which is obviously a metaverse project. So it's definitely worth getting involved in this Sandbox season if it is open. I would imagine it is open. Does it? Sandbox Season 3 launches on Wednesday. Ooh. You know what today is, guys? Today is Wednesday, so make sure you're jumping on and get stuck in, guys. World Women is there as well. Very cool. So holders of non-fungible NFT tokens, some popular collections will be able to play as avatars based on their NFTs in the Sandbox Alpha Season 3, which launches on Wednesday. So make sure you're joining on this one, guys, because I'm pretty sure last season you could win some tokens and stuff. So I would definitely jump on and see what you can actually do. You know, it'd be fun to play as well. So if you are interested in metaverse projects, make sure you're checking out Sandbox in the next couple of weeks, because obviously we are into the third beta season. Alpha season. Alpha. Okay, it's an alpha, not a beta. Whatever. Over $100 million worth of NFTs was stolen in the last year. So NFTs were obviously robbed left, right and center. I did see something interesting the other day where basically they were saying to all the hackers and scammers, if you do give the NFT back, we will give you an NFT. I can't remember if it's OpenSea or somebody else, but they will give you an NFT that basically says, you know, you're a scammer, you're a hacker, you know. So it's going to be more of a show-off thing, if you understand. I don't know. Ethereum's foundation confirms September dates for the merger, so the merger is coming thick and fast, guys. So we've basically been confirmed. There's a few bugs being found, but I'm sure they'll get ironed out within the next couple of weeks anyway. Just before the 15th, I believe it's the 15th of September when the merge actually happens. I do expect a pump before the September the 15th, basically. So last up, we do have Tornado Cash developer spends another 90 days in jail. Interesting. And another interesting thing is Tornado Cash's source code has been put up onto GitHub, I believe, so people can have a little look into it to break it down and see how it actually works and what has gone on with it. So thank you very much for joining me today, guys. Make sure you like and following all those other good things, because obviously we go live pretty much every single day. I will be live on TikTok in probably about 25 minutes, so if you are interested, I'd much appreciate a follow. And obviously over on the TikTok as well. So TikTok's an amazing place to find out all your cryptocurrency needs. Follow me if you like, or you could just follow all the people that I follow and you'll get a very good Twitter feed from that. So thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you joining me, and I really appreciate all the likes and follows, and we'll see you in the next one.